This week, we're in a unique community, brand new, untouched part of tradition in the hot city of Port St. Lucie. This week, we are in Belterra. We're going to be all over the place. We are going to show 4 of their models, 2 of which are for sale. My name is Ray Fernandez. I'm with Living in Palm Beach, Florida, powered by EXP Luxury Homes, and welcome to Belterra. This is such an unusual community. Here we are on Model Row, and we're going to get started with their #1 house, which is the Iris Grand. So this is not your typical builder. I'm going to tell you why I say that throughout this video. But for the most part, the features in this home are high. The standard features of this home are higher than some other builders. They are a little bit more of a customizable, personalizable builder than your average builder. This is the Iris Grand, as I mentioned. It's a 3-3 with a den. It has 3 car garages, and it's 2,361 square feet under air. And I mean, it shows well. Wait till I take you outside. You're going to love it. One of the things, here's the master suite I just took you through. One of the things that stands out to me is this. This is a big bedroom compared to what you see in lots of models and lots of other builders. Also, I like here, they show this with a cabana bath. You can do structural changes with this builder. Once you do that, there's some different, the contract changes a little bit, but there's certain things you need to do, but the options are there. There's a lot of stuff you can do here. The coffer ceilings, if you see a coffer ceiling here in these homes, you're going to get it. They're also unique. Like if you look at this one, you can see it's a little bit more than just the indentation in the ceiling. It's got some more up there. Now, not all that is standard, but some of it is an upgrade. But I'll cut to the chase on their upgrades. When you go to a typical builder, they'll tell you upgrades will be 15 to 20% roughly. Here, really, in Realville, as we say here in Living in Palm Beach, there's something like 6 to 7%. So you get a lot for your money when it comes to upgrades when you buy a home here in Belterra. Here's your office, your den. Very popular to have these in homes. It's rare today that you see in a new construction that you see a home that does not have that. As soon as you walk in the front door here, you come this way and you get your first bedroom off the home, which you could use as an office. I think I see a lot of people that use the front door because they want to see what's going on outside. Big window, lots of light, and your bathroom right off the front. So here in the laundry room, one of the things I met with the builder before this, and so a couple of things like as an example of what makes this builder unique. If you go to like a typical builder, this cabinetry here would be an upgrade. Here it is standard. This comes with all their homes. This sink and cabinetry would also be standard, which is nice. You do need to buy a washer and dryer here. It's one of those things, but you know what? With everything else you get here, it's good. The other thing about what they do is the doors are solid doors. You walk into lots of homes. Sometimes they have they're not solid, they're hollow in there. So there's a lot of things that distinguish this builder. Here's another one coming up. Let me show you this. Look at, let me turn the camera around. I'll show you and tell me if you know what I'm talking about. You see if you can guess what I'm about to say. Let's see if you got it. The sliding door, that's a 10-foot slider door. Lots of homes, and that's standard. Lots of builders, you'll see like it'll be a slider door, and then you'll have a transom above, and you can get something like that, but you have to upgrade. But these are some of the features that this builder, the builder, by the way, is GHO Homes. They do other communities here in the Port St. Lucie area. We're going to cover more of them because I really love this builder. This builder is unique, and it's definitely, if you're looking in the Port St. Lucie area, this is a builder I think you should consider. So here's a feature that this builder does that you're not going to believe. Let me show you. Believe it or not, with the purchase of a to-be-built house, you get a free pool, and a nice free pool. I'll tell you more in a second what I mean by that. And a screen enclosure, which I don't know if you guys are familiar. I've mentioned these in my previous videos. We call these bird cages in Florida here, and they're expensive. This is like $140,000. It's my guess, about $140,000 value between the screen enclosure, the upgraded pool. They've got the concrete paver going on down here. Now, I was speaking with the builder, and it's not exactly the way it shows. The difference is when you buy a house like this, the pool will come out to where that door you see is. So everything gets shifted down here. You won't get this per se, but you do get the screen. It'll go to the end of that end of the loggia there. This gets shifted. The pool is exactly as it's shown. The only difference is those streaming waterfall things. That's an upgrade. That's something you wouldn't get as a standard pool with them. And that waterfall feature there, you won't get that. That will just be one square thing. But I mean, I don't know of a builder who would give. I mean, I've seen builders give free pools, but not to this extent. So I'm walking down Model Row, and that very first house that we took you to, it was the Irish Grand. That is their sales center. And I think you guys who follow this channel before know what I'm about to say. If you walk into that sales center on your own, you're absolutely crazy. We highly recommend independent representation. Independent representation means we need to be with you on your first visit. That's how we introduce you to the broker. If you call us after you visited the first time, most of the time the builders will not allow us to give you independent advice on buying homes. There's no cost to living in Palm Beach, Florida. There's no cost to using us. It's the builder that pays us, and they're happy to do that. You can ask them. There's no discount for not using us, and we'll be there throughout the whole process. From introduction through closing, inspections, we're there for you at Living in Palm Beach, Florida. So I'm back outside on Model Row. I know you're asking, what is the price of that house? A good question. So Irish Grand, the base price of an Irish Grand is roughly $715,000. That's if you build from scratch. That is the base price of the house. Now we're going to go into one that's a little bit bigger. And I just walked in it, and it feels bigger. It definitely feels bigger. It is the Mariposa. I will take you in there in a minute. But there's a lot of nice things. When I get inside there, I'll tell you some unique things about this builder. It's a smaller builder. It's not to the same size that you have like a GL Homes or a Toll Brothers. It's definitely a smaller, like family type business community. Also down that way, you have this brand new community coming in, coming down the street. So this area is largely untapped, but you're going to be seeing a lot more videos from me in this area, because this area is growing really, really fast. Up the way there, you have communities like Riverland, Tularo, Del Webb. But I'll get into some more of that later, but I want to take you right here. 3-car garage. This home is 36 feet under air, and tell me what you think. Let's go inside. I love this house. Essentially, this is the same house, meaning that 3 bedroom, 3 bath, has a den, 3 car garage, but the square foot is definitely bigger. So this is about almost 300 square feet bigger. Did you notice when I walked in, the hall? It's like a hallway. The foyer is like a long hallway. I love it. Tall. So I think the ceilings in the other home were higher, but these are pretty tall. I wouldn't say they're 15 feet, but they're maybe 13 feet as my guess. Flooring is really nice. The flooring on all these homes are going to be standard, going to be higher. One of the things the builder was telling me, they don't chintz on putting like carpet in certain rooms. You can get carpet if you want, but in general, when people ask for flooring, carpeting is not usually their number one choice. Again, we got a significant outside. I got to take you out there just to blow your mind. It's incredible. But again, this is the breakfast area here. There's something I got to show you. Let me turn this around. I'm going to show you the breakfast area. It's definitely big. So this is a big breakfast area. And not just that, this is a big island. The island is not only long, it's also wide. So, these days, most builders are getting away from the traditional formal dining room. You can still get them in some communities and some in certain communities, in certain models. But most of the time today you don't, because the way people are eating today is in the kitchen family area. The family area typically is right off the kitchen. And then your breakfast area, which is not really a formal dining room, but it's like a breakfast nook, which is more like an every meal nook. This house also has a unique feature of off this, you have a cabana entrance. You can go right out to your, I won't say cabana, but it's an entrance out onto the deck, which is nice. So let me tell you a few things about this builder. So GHO is the builder. They've been around for a long time, but in this community, they've been here in Belterra. They've been around for 2 years, total of 300 homes, and they've sold 72 so far. This is phase one. They're going to be doing 2 phases, basically 150 homes each. Still a lot. Still, one thing I like about what they do is you have options. I love when you guys get options. You have options to buy homes as a quick delivery. They have the model homes for sale. I'm going to take you over there. They've asked me my opinion for prices, because that's what builders do when they know I take a lot of buyers to these communities. But we'll go there next. But so they have quick delivery options. They have model options. Models. One of the models has the furniture included, and they have to be built. So I love when they give you choices. They're selling They're selling. In today's market, it's some depends on the community. In this environment, each builder some are doing well and some are not as well. Reach out to Living in Palm Beach, Florida. We can tell you which ones are doing well and not. We're very good. One thing, we are a new home co-broker with EXP Luxury Homes. By the way, EXP, I don't know if you know that, we're like, almost 90,000 agents across the country. We have almost 9,000 here in Florida. So we're no joke. I'm on the luxury end of what they do. And I know these new construction communities well, and I can tell you the difference between this community and other communities. And that's one of the reasons why people reach out to us in Living in Palm Beach, Florida. So as I was saying that some of the communities are doing better than others, they told me, like, just this past week, they sold like 5 homes. So I personally, in these days, I know people are saying it's slow. In Palm Beach, it's not. Palm Beach prices have been steady for the last 2 years, where other communities maybe not. So anyways, if you want to know more about what's going on in Palm Beach or southern Florida, because we're in Port St. Lucie now, reach out to our team. Let's go see what they have outside. Here's another version of the pool. that they do. What's great about these screen enclosures? Those two. I'll give you the pros and cons. You know, here living in Palm Beach, we love to give you the pros and cons of these things. The pros, when it comes to getting a bird cage, is that it keeps the bugs out. You can enjoy in the cooler months, you can open your sliders and you can enjoy this part of the house as if it's part of the house. And you can hang out here in the wintertime and to keep the doors open and get the nice cool breeze going there. It's amazing. One of the cons when it comes to getting one of these things is for insurance reasons. If you want to know more, if you want to know about Florida home insurance, we are a good resource. We don't do it, but we have a good a partner, independent partner of. We don't do it. We're not any part of them, but we have a good agent who clues us in on these things. But this is considered another structure. That's what I'm trying to say. This is considered another structure. So for insurance, it's going to cost you a little bit more. And in general, if you were to buy this on your own, it would be expensive. But you don't have to worry about that here because it's free. It comes with the house. To continue with the builder. So they have upgrades here that you can do to the house that are structural upgrades. And not just cookie cutter upgrades. Like there's one builder down in Palm Beach and actually up here too, that you can extend the loggia, the outside, 4 feet, which is great. You can do that. Here, you're not stuck to 4 feet. It could be anything. So that's a different process than buying their models. Reach out to our team. I'd love to introduce the concept. The reason why they're able to do that here is because there's somewhat more of a custom builder, not necessarily a production builder, but there's a process to that. They have 11 floor plans. So for a home that's 300 for a community that's 300 homes, that's a lot. They're showing 4 models, 2 of which are for sale. So there's only going to be a couple soon, and they're not just in this community. They are in a couple other communities within Port St. Lucie. But anyways, let's go check out some of the other things they have to show here in Belterra. Oh, wait. Before I go there, I've got to tell you about the lot. This is a good lot to show you. You can see all that dirt back there. The way these ponds are built is they clear the land by carving out the pond, and they use that pond to irrigate the lawns here. There's a clubhouse, by the way, back there. That's one of the secrets about what builders do here in Florida. But the lots here, so if you buy that, if the prices I gave you, and I'll give you more of the prices in a minute, that's the base price of the house. If you go to websites on builders, they generally don't include the lots of land. But here, you can get a 0 lot, meaning that 0 price lot, or you can get one on the water, let's say, and they can go up to, there's one for 130, there's another one up for 150. I saw some really good lots on that map that are spectacular, but they're two different collections. One is a 50-foot wide lot. The other one is a 60-foot wide lot. This is a 50. It looks wide, but believe it or not, it's only 50. One of the best things about what they have for their lots is their lots are ultra deep. They've got one on the water that can go up to 140, and they've got on a dry lot, they've got one that goes up to 160 feet deep. 19 years ago, my family and I relocated to this beautiful part of the world we call sunny South Florida, and we haven't looked back. Today, we truly find honor to help people perhaps like you do the exact same thing. So if you're thinking about moving to this area and you want to ask questions from people who've actually done it before, well, there's a few ways to get a hold of us. Down below is our email address. That's one great way. Also on the screen, you see our phone number. You can either call or text that number. But 2 of the best ways is in the description and in the comment section, there's a link. Click on that link. What that'll do is set some time for us to speak, either through a phone call or through a Zoom, whatever way you feel most comfortable. In any case, we have your back when it comes to relocating here to sunny South Florida. So now we're in that next collection. So yeah, we were just in the Cambridge. The first 2 homes were called Cambridge homes. This is in the Grove. So this is going to be 10 extra feet wide. And you might be able to tell, I'm going to bring you outside in, but let me tell you a little bit about tradition. So tradition, when I say tradition, I don't mean like traditional. I mean like in Port St. Lucie, there's a section called Tradition. It's been around a while. It's been around probably over 20 years. Um, Madame, one of the other builders, sort of started it. We are part of Tradition here. I like Tradition. There is a fee. So people ask me, what about fees? There is a fee to be in Tradition. It's about $205 a month, but it gives you a lot. They have like a bus and it's called Tradition in Motion. They'll pick you up and take you to Tradition Square, which has got a lot of nice shopping and stuff like that. Internet, your cable, it gives you a lot of stuff. While I'm on the subject, I'll give you an idea. The amenities here and what the services that they give to you are elaborate. They do give a lot. Overall, in all, if you add the Tradition fee up and the HOA fee, it comes to a little bit over $500. I'll give you more detail what it gives, but it gives you a lot. So this is the Sage, 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath. It's got a 2-bay garage. So you have a side load. People love side load garages, I find. 2-car here, and you have a 1-car golf cart garage right there. I don't know, I didn't point this out, but I'm going to point out now. You see how they have double doors? When you look at houses and you look at any sort of the community, one of the things you need to look at, does the house have a double door? So before I take you in on the Sage, I want to circle back to the Mariposa. The price on that Mariposa it's $752,000 roughly. The price of just the model home. As I mentioned, the lot prices, you got to add that stuff up. Again, we like to quote things in realistic prices. So that's, like a house like this, a house like that is going to be roughly probably about 800. But anyways, I love the way this has this house in particular, the Sage, has it's a lot of house. But let me turn this camera around, show you, and let's go inside. I like this house too, and I'll tell you why. This is a unique floor plan. It's actually about the same size as the Mariposa. It's actually like 10 or so, 20 or so feet smaller, believe it or not. Big difference is when you walk in, and here's the front door. When you walk in, you don't have that long hallway. Ceilings are still very high, right? Which is nice. I just had a couple come through here. They were saying, we love how high the ceilings are. I do too. The kid gotta go right to the kitchen. The kitchen's big. Big pantry. And by the way, smile, we're on camera. Say hi to them. Yeah, Big Brother's always watching. What I like about this kitchen, I'm standing behind the kitchen, and let me show you what it looks like as I look out. That's something you don't see too often. I get a lot of people that are very particular about the orientation of the kitchen. Does it face out? I want to see my beautiful pool, or I want to see my TV. This one sort of compromises a little bit, because you're looking outside and you're looking at the TV. It's sort of at an angle, and the kitchen itself, the countertop itself actually angles. And then you have this, and you have this breakfast area compared to the last is a little bit smaller. But and normally in this end, when we come to this side of the floor, this normally would be like a master suite, right? Not here. They made this into a full-blown game room here. You got your little, I don't know what kind of game you call that, shuffleboard. You got your coffee bar there. Wine cooler down there. Big windows right off the pool. I mean, for entertaining, look at this. Look how wide, very wide house compared to the other house. There's a very wide house. This is not something you see every day. A lot of open space, a lot of light. If you're into entertaining, this is a great house. Price of this home, $792,000 without the other stuff I was talking about. If you want guidance on lots, I always tell people, land does not depreciate. Do not chintz on land. I know you can get land here for free or zero price lot. I know that but you can also spend up to 160. I know you don't want to do that, but you know, that's going to be your view. Your land on the house, where you put your house is going to be forever. Land does not depreciate. I'll take you outside in this one too. This has a nice outside as well, but it's different from the standpoint it doesn't have a cage. Now, I don't have a cage. I have a pool at my house. I don't have a cage. I sort of like that. Everybody's a little bit different, but here they build it with a pergola, and you can tell by this house is being wider. I mean, look at this. You've got a full-blown table out here. If you have a dog, you got plenty of space here. Not plenty, but some space to run. It's on an easement. Lots that are on easements cost more money. What that means is that they want access, like for the trucks or the people who service the lake to get in there. So that'll be common area. But when it's on the side of your house, it gives you the appearance that you have more land. Reach out to us if you want help on how to do that. We've helped people navigate that process to get an easement. Then they're limited. Not every lot has an easement, but you can see this is a very wide lot. Also, this is a good location. You're about 25 minutes from the beach here. I know that's a question I get all the time. You're about 25 minutes from the Jensen Beach or Stewart Beach, pretty close to Hobe Sound. But let me ask you this. Isn't this a great way to entertain? You got this nice little neat area in between the houses here on Model Row. I started to tell you about some of the things that were distances. I want to continue with that. 45 minutes to the Palm Beach International Airport. So it's not quite an hour that some of the places in Port St. Lucie can be. You are 30 minutes to the Gardens Mall. The Gardens Mall, by some accounts, is the nicest mall in all of Florida. Definitely in the area. So you're only 30 minutes from that. You've got, they're actually building a lot nearby. They're building a Tesla charging station right down the way. They're proposing a Publix. It could be a Trader Joe's. It could be a Whole Foods. There's a lot of new stuff going in here. So we don't know. You can see there's still dirt being piled up. Sundance, I mentioned, is down there. Sundance is going to be a total of 7,000 to 8,000 homes. It's going to be a huge community. This is an up and coming area in here in this part of Port St. Lucie. It's in Tradition, as I mentioned, and it's on the southern end. It's called Southern Grove, which is the section here in Tradition, and it's really the newest part when it comes to living in Tradition in Port St. Lucie, Florida. If you like an open concept, this is the house for you. All right, here is the biggest house we are going to show you today, but it's not the biggest in the community. The biggest in the community is going to be over 3,000 square feet. This one is called the Willow Signature. It's 2,844 square feet under air. I'll give you the price when we go inside. Another unique layout here. This one's going to be a little bit bigger bedroom wise. This is a 4-bedroom house, 3.5 bath, only 2-car garages, 2-car garage on this, but a very open floor plan. I love the size. Let me put this down. I love the size of this kitchen. Check this out. It has like a double countertop. This is quartz, long and narrow. And the reason it's narrow is because you have this going here. Look at this. This is like your own little table here. So if you look at the whole thing, that's one big countertop. Got to tell you this. I'm glad you asked. This is a natural gas community. They use GE appliances here. You can upgrade. Like this is this a profile? I was just in one of the houses where they use GE Profile, which is like an upgrade, one level up. They have GE Cafe, which is another level up. I mean, there's lots of different levels when it comes to using GE appliances. Nice big double wide refrigerator you have there. A real big kitchen. Behind here, the kitchen, you come back here and bedroom. I mean, it's got a nice elaborate hallway. Here's your pantry, by the way. That's a big pantry. Bedroom, bathroom. I mean, you just don't see this back. There's like a hidden gem back here. Big, long laundry room. It's like a bowling alley. Then you come back here. They're using this as a exercise room. You could use this as an office. See if I can get this open. This is going to be the garage. Lots of builders lock their garages because they store stuff in it. But the idea with here's your garage. You have like a little office, or you can use this for whatever you want, really. Almost like a little mud area, but you have a lot of stuff back. This is like a bonus area for this whole house. I mean, this is not a floor plan I have ever seen. You come in here, nice, generous bedroom. It's not an off suite because you have this bedroom. The bathroom's right here. It's not an ensuite, I should say. But as you can tell, this concept is nice and open. Off the front of the house is your office. A lot of people, myself included, like that. You get to see who's coming and who's going. Let's go check out that way. This is a nice master suite. This takes up pretty much the whole side of this house. I'm starting here in the bedroom. Nice big window. Out to the pool. We're going to go out there in a minute. Free pool, man. Did I say that again? I'm going to say that again. A free pool. You come this way. You have like this nice, you get hidden back here, closet back there. Got to be his closet or his dungeon, whichever you prefer, ma'am. This is a nice long woman's closet. I like this. Then we're coming down here. Water closet there, and a pretty big master bath. The shower is huge. This is what you want to do. When you go into new construction homes, look at the details like this. The tile up to the ceiling. That's nice. It's a long shower. Shower head. Step down. Shower head up there. So this whole side of the house is your master suite. So once we come out here to the family room, big family room, and the kitchen extends. I showed you the kitchen before, but if you could catty corner it here, I mean, it's almost like an extension to your kitchen. You have a wine cooling unit then down there. This is another house. If you're into entertaining, this is a great candidate. So this builder's a smaller builder, but they've got a great reputation. They started up in Vero Beach. That's where they're originally from. Here in this area, they actually have a couple other projects coming up. Like one is into Sorrow Club, which is a membership golf community. If you're into golf, you might want to know about that one. Reach out. We'd love to tell you about that. They also have a couple of others. They have a community called Lake Park, which is a 55 plus community. So I like this kind of builder has got a place for buyers. I had a couple come through, as I mentioned earlier, and they're coming from one of the other communities I mentioned earlier, and they're now considering buying in here because it is a unique community, and that's one of the reasons why people buy in a community such as here, Belterra in Port St. Lucie, Florida. So once more, this model has a birdcage pool. It's the wider model. It's look how far this birdcage goes. A lot of space out here. Fire pit, pool. I mean, this is paradise. So I really wanted to show you this. This is their clubhouse. It is, they've got a lot here. Again, I mentioned the HOA briefly. It's $505 if you look at per month. If you look at the tradition plus what they have here, it includes landscaping. So you don't have to worry about landscaping your backyard. It includes internet cable. You're pre-wired for all kinds of stuff. And it's got a security. You're pre-wired for the alarm, as an example. You have all the amenities, all the benefits of being part of tradition. Over here, one of the rooms here in the clubhouse is like your game room. If you're into billiards or pool, whichever you want to call it, you have it here. Card table, shuffleball over there. Over here, you want to store your wine, you could do that here. I like this. You can have parties in here. Can you imagine having your own party in here? Out there's a resort pool. Let's go check that out. Before we go to the pool, let's go to the other side here. So if you're into working out, and this is not a big community, it's 300 homes. So it's not going to be like a Riverland where they have like 10,000 homes and an elaborate gym and everything. But this is good for its size. You get your cardio in, got some weights though going on over there. The best aspect about this, I think, is that you can have your party here. Belterra, you can see Belterra tradition. And I'm gonna, because I could see this when you do like Memorial Day events, I could see doing that here. For Labor Day events, I could see doing that here. But here you go. Let me turn this around so you can get a better sense. So you get your own pool. So this is not going to be, for free on the house, on the builder. So this is not going to maybe not be as important. But if you guys are doing events here in Belterra, it's a good thing to have. Belterra, Port St. Lucie, paradise here in South Florida.